Well, welcome to part 7 of the Sonic Heroes Let's Play, and I'll be quiet for right here, just for this little cutscene right here.
You fools must all have a death wish. Witness this invincible battleship, built by the hands of a genius. Its power, unmatched throughout the universe.
All right, Eggman, let's get this party started.
Okay, so now we have Egg Fleet. We're in the final zone of the game, ladies and gentlemen, and wow. Egg Fleet... This is actually another level I do like. Egg Fleet actually has a lot of multiple pathways you can take. As I was going down that rail right there, there's actually a bomb passage. So you can pretty much, anything goes in this stage, really. Oh yeah, and this is the whole tornado problem I was talking about. I'm trying to lock onto the pole, but then all of a sudden I'm hitting the enemy, and I'm like, no, I don't. I'm trying to hit the pole, damn it. Egg Fleet, this is also a pretty dangerous zone. It's not as dangerous as his other zones, but you still have to watch your step. And, well, there is a lot of rail grinding, ain't no doubt about that. Although you don't have to worry about rail switching all the time, like you don't have to worry about flinging to the far left or right. It also has a pretty rockin' in background music. Yeah, Sonic Heroes, when it comes to music, it's pretty good actually. I don't think it's as good as some others, but I still think you should give it a listen. And it's actually not that bad. With these enemies right here, I don't really get them, especially when they have the shield guarded up, because when they have their shield, you can't even attack them from behind. And it's like they have an invisible force field around it. The only way to attack it is by simply using the tornado attack. This way it's off guard, or caught off guard. Or you have to wait until it fires its laser. Its ginormous screw you laser. And you'll get a lot of damage out of it. It's really recommended. Well, I really recommend just killing it with Sonic for the most part, since he has the tornado attack anyway, and you can pretty much spam the homing attack as much as you want. But Knuckles is not a bad choice either. Neither is Tails with the Thunder Shoot. Although I don't get why Eggman decided to design his airships like fish. I mean, the airship that we're on is shaped like a swordfish. The captain ship, which is the one that he's on, is shaped like a manta ray. And the smaller ones is pretty much like whales. And no, I wasn't conjuring anything. I just flipped through the laser. I guess I have some pity. And this is probably the only. Now here they tell you to use the Rocket Excel. Who cares? Let's charge.
Here we go.
Yeah. What they wanted you to do there was use the Rocket Excel. But it shows how useless it can get, because you can simply just run through that area, all bright and shiny, and not worrying about using the Rocket Excel. Or as I should say, progression. Progression can go in either way. Progression can go in two ways. There's something either you have to use something that you really don't use often, or you could just simply use what you had in the first place, which means the thing that you use a lot. And in that case, it's the thing that I use a lot. more triangle gliding. Mm, the cannons don't take much damage. The cannons don't take a lot of damage, so you can pretty much destroy. It's pretty much 2 shots with the homing attack, or at least a few shots. But it's more efficient if you do it with Knuckles. Knuckles, there's a lot going on in this stage, by the way. Yeah. Well, then again, you can probably thank the music for that. And just like in Frog Forest, we have these sections where only these sections actually matter. Like when it comes to like losing a life or not. Because trust me, guys, you're gonna be maneuvering. You're gonna have to maneuver your character to avoid the bullets, to avoid the cannonballs, basically, or the missiles, whatever projectile. Oh, it's not really cryptic on where you should where you should go, like go up or go down. They literally tell you, so you have no excuse. You have no excuse to mess that up.
Time to destroy the next one.
And we're actually near the final. This is actually the final stretch, guys. Yeah, I know, 6 minutes. You have to use triangle glide here, you know. Or use thunder shoot against these turrets. Again, Egg Fleet as a whole, I actually do like this stage. It's very action-packed. And despite being, yeah, it's long, like 7 minutes, I think. Because I'm looking at my counter. It's still a fun stage to travel through, and I really don't mind it. Well, except these guys. And trust me, the next stage, that's gonna be different. I don't think it's not as bad as Mystic Mansion, but I'll tell you about it when I get to it. Ugh. So just spam the homing attack. Yeah, just spam the homing attack on these guys, and use the tornado attack like whenever to put the shield back up. But one more, or cheesing, and bam. And you only get this ending as Team Sonic. Gravity, what's that? And to my surprise, I get an A rank. Yeah. Even though on the next stage, I get screwed over a lot. But now we are on Final Fortress. It's the final level of the game. And well, Final Fortress expectedly, it's the hardest stage in the game. Even, well, it's not as stupidly difficult as, say, Mystic Mansion. It still has its cheat moments here and there. And, well, actually, a problem I forgot to mention in Robot Storm is that the problem with Robot Storm, and they'll constantly put loads of enemies. These on the platforms are so tiny, and they put so many enemies on it. And because of the knockback, you're gonna end up falling off. Thankfully, you don't have to worry about this issue here. Especially since with Sonic, we have triangle jump. So you can jump up to the parallel walls, and then just go through it that way. But I still think the stage is a pain, especially when I was trying to get to the special stage. Because I had to retry so many times from the very beginning just to get that key again, and then get through the whole stage without getting hit. There are keys spread out, but there's only so many of them, so you have few tries to actually get to it. And there are some instances where you just can't do it all because of bad luck. Like, you know what I'm saying? And here's a random topic about the tornado. So when you're level 3 with these poles, you can actually homing attack, and Sonic and Team Sonic will automatically grab onto the pole, right? Thing is, I almost never use that trick, especially when I'm near a bottomless pit, because I'm always worried that, especially when the pole is coming up, I'm just worried that hey, I'm not gonna grab the pole, but instead head homing attack into the bottomless pit. Oh yeah, and that kind of enemy placement. It actually reminded me of enemy placement like 2 stages ago, especially Mystic Mansion. And another problem with Mystic Mansion, I forgot to mention, as Team Sonic. Despite that stupid homing chain area, there's also an egg pawn that actually shoots. It's a weapon, and right? Yeah. If God forbid if that thing sees you while you're trying to get into the platform, because what's gonna happen is, for the most part, I'll get hit, and thanks to knockback, I'll just get knocked back into the bottomless pit. Cheap enemy placement. With these gold enemies, there's really not much difference. They just have a bigger health bar. Although the camera's not really helping here. It's so zoomed in. Like I can't even see. I can't even see. Ah, there we go. Yeah, sometimes the camera actually does that. I don't know what causes it to lock in place and to be like really close to your character. I'm guessing that this game is tapping into its inner Sonic Genesis, but I don't even want to talk about that game. With these rail grinding segments here, see these glowing parts? Don't make sure that you're not on those. Why? Because they're gonna be firing a laser. And I don't know if the laser is instant kill. Oh, then again, I don't really go out of my way to get hit by them. But at the very least, I do think that they take away your rings and knock you back into the bottomless pit, so it might as well be an instant kill. There's gonna be one section near the end where there's gonna be a giant laser, and if you're not going fast enough, then you're gonna die. Gee, does that sound familiar? Does that sound like a familiar element that's gonna happen later down the road? Sonic 4. You know, with the whole lights out segment in Lost Labyrinth, where in that minecart segment, if you don't hold right, you die. Simple as that. Thankfully, I don't die too many times here, but I do spend quite a bit. Oh yeah, I hate when that happens. So Team Blast away. Alright, even though I kind of said that Lightspeed Dash is useful, well, the Lightspeed Attack is useful, I never really use it. I never understood the point of it in this game. In sections like these, I think I may have mentioned this earlier, but in sections like these where there are 3 switches, the best way to do it is go into the flying formation, and this way Sonic and Knuckles will actually stay on the switches. Which is probably the only time where you get to control Tails or any flying character alone. Tails pretty much sports dummy ring bombs, and that's pretty much all I have to say. I think Cream the Rabbit does what she does in Sonic Advance 2 and Sonic Advance 3, where she can pretty much rely on her Chow, her game-breaking Chow. and I say great, and I know it's game breaking,
Leave it to me.
and because I know about Advance 2 and Advance 3.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, with those two gargantuan egg pawns, I was lucky I didn't get cornered, because what happened there was, let's just say invisible walls happened.
Robots everywhere. Time to party.
It's like the egg, it's like those things can't walk a certain distance,
I'll destroy everything that comes my
or they're too afraid, or they're so afraid that they might get close to the edge. Alright, what you're seeing here, alright, what I do most of the part, for the most part anyway, is that when I have Team Blast, even though when I have Team Blast on, I'm not using it. The thing is, guys, especially in the later stages, especially in stages like this, you kind of want to save your Team Blast. Unless if it's your first playthrough, then it's a good idea. It's probably a good idea if you want to save your Team Blast. It's like, I don't use it immediately here. As annoying as this guy is, I want to save my Team Blast as for the for like another segment where it has 3 of the huge guys. What sucks though is that I don't have my power character all leveled up, so it can't do a lot of damage. Alright, there we get. Then we use this. I don't know why that's there, but okay. Thankfully, these guys don't have helmets. That would have been a real bad idea when it comes to enemy placement. Oh god. Nah, no, I really don't die much here. Sorry, guys. Alright. And this is what I wanted to save my Team Blast for, this part. Because, well, yeah. I'm pretty much scared here to take down one of those guys, and really, why would I want to? Oh, and I love these segments right here with the self-destruction switches. Isn't how their reactions were. Like, at one point, Tails says, why did it self-destruct? Or, how can Eggman build something so huge?
It's the blue laser.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, watch this segment right here. Alright, I jump to the side, just to position myself, or at least get to the rainbow ring. I hit the rainbow ring, and I still miss the rail. Let's just say that depth perception isn't gonna be. Well, loss of depth perception is gonna be a hazard. Oh, and this part right here. If you're not going fast enough, the laser will kill you. So keep that in mind. But also, why would Eggman leave the self-destruction switches out in the open? And, I mean, classic villain mistake. It's only gonna get stupider later on. But because I died, I get an E rank.
Not my day.
Yes, but again, in the later stages, if you die, especially near the very end, yeah, gonna be dying a lot. But hey, boss time.
This time you won't get away!
Give it up.
This looks like checkmate, Doctor.
Enough of this! Sonic, Tails, Knuckles! I'm the Dark Maker! I'll show you what real evil is!
Okay, so now we're up against the Egg Emperor, and my god, this is definitely a hell of a boss. Well, then again, and it should be difficult. Well, I mean, it is the final boss, quote unquote. And yes, there is a final story. Alright, so the Egg Emperor, what he likes to do is swing, basically swing his sword vertical and horizontal in a pattern. And he also, and every time he swings, he's like, take this, take this, take this. And he'll be fine. And then he'll also do a, I didn't see the other move, but I know he's like, ha. Or something like that. Here's a warning though. If you go too far behind, Eggman will actually charge at you, and it's an unavoidable attack. Like, you can't dodge it no matter what. But you only get hit by it assuming if you fell far behind and in the first place. And from time to time, he'll stop at these circular areas, these rather convenient circular areas, where there are 4 turrets, and he'll spawn more enemies. And when it comes to each ramp, a specific character will have to go through, like there'll be a dash ring for Tails to go through, indicating that there'll be a power up for Tails. There's the weird panel thing it indicates that Knuckles will get a level boost, and then there'll be poles which will indicate will Sonic get a power up. The best character for this fight is Tails, because of the Thunder Shoot. You also want to use Team Blast here. If you have Team Blast, get close to him and use it. I don't know if it deals in. I honestly feel it does enough damage. Every little bit helps in this boss fight. On your first playthrough, you're gonna be spending a while here. Now with Tails right here, I'm actually utilizing Thunder Shoot at the core. I'm not even aiming at the shield. Sometimes there are times where I just want to aim at the shield. Well, but I'm just aiming for the core instead. Not that I'm complaining. Yeah. When Sonic says I can smell victory, then you'll know that the fight's almost over. We're almost there. At least we're almost done with Team Sonic / Team Dark. I don't know if I should say anything else. Yeah, this boss is rather challenging, and it can be cheap. I'm not gonna lie, it can be cheap.
Leave it to me.
But Generations 3DS takes this boss, but unfortunately it's a watered down version. And I'm not even kidding when I say that. But let's utilize Team Blast as a final attack. Will I make it out alive? Nope. Okay, so after that incident, okay, sorry I interrupted there. But after that little incident, that is it for Team Sonic / Team Dark. Man, what a playthrough. The rest of this part is just gonna be cutscenes. So once we get back to this Let's Play, guys, we're gonna be starting off as Team. We're gonna be doing Team Rose's story. So I'll see you then.
Boy, talk about cutting it close.
Not really.
Come on, tell me you weren't scared. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have had a chance.
Well, maybe you're right. Thanks, Knuckles. You too, Tails.
Eggman target completely destroyed.
Now let's find that secret treasure.
Prepare to destroy immediate area.
Hey, Omega, did I ever tell you that Shadow is a robot? And... oh, never mind. Good luck.
You know about cloning. The original must exist somewhere.
All this for what? Nothing? I might as well go look for that Master Emerald, since that irritating Echidna is here.
Some things never change, do they?
What are you saying? What else is a famous treasure hunter supposed to do?